Okay, so here's something that doesn't make sense. Buying the same game more than once, even though you already have it. I do this all the time, and I'm extremely guilty of doing this. I can't tell you how many times I've bought, how many times I've bought Vanquish, made by Platinum. Vanquish, I own it for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, and PS4. And I've only ever beaten it originally on PS3. I was going to do it on Xbox 360, but by the time I decided to do that, the PS4 version came out, and I didn't have a PC, so that's why I missed out on getting the PC version for a long time until about a year and a half ago when I got a portable computer. And it's like, why do I have this game like 4 times? I don't know, but I have it, and now I need to do something with that. Another game that I have multiple times is Xenoblade. I have Xenoblade on the Wii, on the new 3DS, and the Switch version, the remake. And then I also have like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, like Xbox 360 and PC and Wii, because I originally played the Wii version. And then I also have Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. I have the original, and then I have the English version, and then the Japanese version, because why not? And then what else? And then I have multiple shmups across multiple consoles, all the ones that I have, and it's kind of ridiculous. So, but why would you be in this kind of situation? Why would you buy something that you already own if you already have like a bunch of it already? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? But the thing is, there's probably 3 reasons for that. I can list 3. First reason, number 1, is it's a re-release, or it's a /remaster or remake. So in letter A, so A, it's a re-release, like a simple re-release. So maybe it's part of a compilation, like the upcoming Capcom fighting game collection. Like maybe you already have Darkstalkers, but the collection has Darkstalkers and it has features and things that weren't in the original, like an official version with online play, with rollback netcode, lobbies, training mode, that stuff that wasn't in the PlayStation or Dreamcast versions of, Darkstalkers possibly. Or, it's just a standard re-release of a game, like maybe it's like a virtual console release, like on the Wii, or all of those fucking Genesis and Neo Geo games that always get re-released, like the arcade archives, for Neo Geo stuff and old arcade games. Like, you know how many fucking times Pac-Man and Sonic the Hedgehog get re-released? Like, so many times. Everything. Every Neo Geo game gets re-released like a million times. Like, how many versions of King of Fighters 98 are there? Or how many versions of Metal Slug X are there? Too many. Too many versions. They release so many of them all the time. I don't get it. And then Resident Evil 4, that's the most obvious one. That one's like on everything. Yeah, but okay, so what are some games that I do have? Okay, so I'll list some shmups that I have. I have Mushihimesama on PC and Nintendo Switch. Why do I have it on the Switch? I have other arcade games. I have Dodonpachi Resurrection / Dodonpachi Daifukatsu. I have that for Xbox 360 in English, PC, and Nintendo Switch, and I'm thinking about buying the Japanese version for Xbox 360 because the DLC for the original game is not available anymore in the English Xbox 360 store because the license expires, so Rising Star Games can't sell it anymore. But so I think it's delisted. But you can still buy it if you get the Japanese version. You can even download it on Xbox 360 in Japanese. I checked on my Japanese Xbox and it's there. So yeah, that's an option. The other one I have is Deathsmiles. I have for Xbox 360, PC, and Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch version was handled by City Connection, so it's a little bit different, but more or less, that version is that and the PS4 version are literally the same as the PC and PC and Xbox 360 versions, except it comes with Deathsmiles 2, and it has exclusive DLC with the Gothic Maho Otome mobile game that Cave made. So it features the magical girls from like that game as selectable characters and has different music. So they play differently from the original characters, but at least it's something instead of just it's just another re-release with like no extra features, but it's a convenient way to play on a modern console. And it comes with Deathsmiles 2, which prior to the Xbox 360 release, I think never got released in Japan. Like technically it never came out here in English, but it's available on the Xbox 360 like games on demand. Like you can download it for Xbox 360. And you can play Deathsmiles 2, it just never got released physically. But now you can buy Deathsmiles 1 and 2 on like everything except PC, I think. So it's on Xbox. It might be on PC, I'm not sure, I'll check. So it's on PS4, Xbox One, even Xbox, Switch, and probably PC. So that's great. So now everyone has access to Deathsmiles. Another game I have is probably Espagluta 2. Another Cave game. Espagluta 2 is on 360. Originally, that port was only ever done on Xbox 360. Now it's on the Switch. Hoping it comes to PC. I really hope these other Livewire ports come to PC so that Cave's games become more accessible. Because yeah, you can play on main, but like the home ports, like the ones made by M2 or the other guys, are usually preferably better than arcade because it comes with extra features, better practice options, and it's better than arcade perfect. Okay, so number 2, and then a remake or a remaster that has other features like Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 has the original version on PS2, and then they had Zodiac Age, and then that version never really came out. The international one never came out outside Japan, and then they released the new Zodiac Age international version, which has like a bunch of different improvements, faster battle speeds, quality of life stuff, and overall is probably like the definitive way to play Final Fantasy 12 now. And it's on like all platforms, so I don't see why not get that. And then like Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest 11, I beat the game on PS4 when it first came out. A little while after it came out, because I borrowed it. Then they announced Dragon Quest 11 S was coming out for the Nintendo Switch, and then later it came to every other console and PC. But I bought it anyway because I already played the game, and I was interested in the new features that they added because they added the features from the 3DS version, like the 2D mode, which lets you play the game like an old school Dragon Quest game, and because it has new voice acting, it has new story content and additional like side content, and it was like, oh wow, this is the best version of the game. It has everything and extra costumes. So in my opinion, it was worth replaying the entire game all over again, all 100 fucking hours of that game, and doing it again, because why not? And then two other RPGs that I replayed in recent years because they got re-released is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne HD Remaster, because I played that originally on the PS2, and the only other versions of it were in Japan, and the final Japanese version had Raido Kuzunoha from the Devil Summoner games, which I just beat recently. I just beat the second one. And besides the fan translation for Nocturne Maniacs, which has Raido in it, this was the first time we finally get the version that has him, and it was on PS4, PC, and Switch. So I got it for Switch, and I'm like, alright, great, now I can replay Nocturne, because I already liked the game, but when I played it back on the PS2 in like 2016, 2015, I forget, I really liked the game, but I feel like I didn't appreciate it at the time, especially compared to SMT4 and Devil Survivor, and then Soul Hackers. Those are my favorite SMT, but Nocturne now I can say is in my top SMT games. But I still like 4 and Apocalypse more in terms of gameplay and story. But Nocturne is a great game, and Raido being in the game just makes it a million times more awesome, and I don't care about Dante. It's all about Raido. Anyway, yeah, so that game got re-released and added some small new features. The most important one is being able to select what skills you give demons when you do fusion, like in the newer games. It's still annoying. It was really annoying when I had to do it in Raido. I had to like keep selecting the same demons because the skills you get are random. So you have to just hope that the skills that you want to be transferred over are shown there when you start, before you do a fusion. Yeah, so that was the most important feature, and then of course, like Dragon Quest XI, they added voice acting, as the game originally didn't have that. And then they also added some easier difficulty modes and easy ways to grind for money. So it makes kind of replaying the game a bit easier, so you're not locked to hard mode. You can play on the easier mode and lower it to get more experience. It's like just to cut down on grinding time, so you can prepare like for the higher challenges in the game. I kind of did that to try and fight Lucifer on True Demon ending, because it's torture trying to grind on hard difficulty, and I was already at the very end of the game, and I was locked to the True Demon ending route. So even if I beat the final boss, I'm stuck fighting the true last boss after I beat Kagutsuchi. So it's like I'm kind of screwed, and I kind of need to fight him anyway. So yeah, so that took like 2 weeks off my life. All that grinding. And then Xenoblade Definitive Edition, which is a remake. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a remake. People keep saying it's a remaster, but it's a remake because the graphics are completely different. It's a remake of a game that I played back on the Wii when it first came out in North America in 2012. And next month, apparently, is the 10th anniversary of when the game first came out here. So I gotta see if I can make a video about that, because that's awesome, and I love Xenoblade, and I'm so excited for Xenoblade 3, and Xenoblade 2 is a great game, and Xenoblade X is a good game. I hope they bring that to the Switch. Anyway, Xenoblade Definitive Edition is a remake of the original game on the Wii, and adds new content in the form of the Bionis leg through Xenoblade Future Connected, which incorporates the Bionis leg that was cut from the original game, which was supposed to be the in-between Machna Forest and Air of Sea, which explains why they go inside that stupid water ball that doesn't make any sense.
What is it?
Friends, jumping ball! All go to Aerith!
Jump? In that? You're nuts, Furball.
You have nothing to fear. This will take us to Aerith Sea.
It just happens. Anyway, they repurpose it into the new epilogue, so the main story. So for fans that have already beaten the game, you can just do the epilogue like right away, and you can, and continue Shulk's adventure after that. But obviously, if you've never played the game, you should play the main story first and then the new story, because the original story in the game, like not Future Connected, the original main story is completely unaltered. There's no different cutscenes, there's no this or that. It's like the only thing that's new is the new graphics and some of the new quality of life features, like being able to see where to go on the map, which makes replaying the game way easier and less frustrating. Being able to see what enemies you need to kill during side quests, which I don't know why that took so long to be added to a Xenoblade game, considering how many monsters the games have, like so many. And then new challenge battles, which was a carryover from Xenoblade 2, so new challenge battles that are time attack based, have special conditions that you can only use certain party members or certain equipment or certain moves. And then, I don't know, just so many things, so many small things that make the game more fun than it did on the Wii, but not taking away from the original experience, and you can treat it like you're playing the original. That's how close it is to the original. That's probably why people think it's a remaster, because it doesn't play differently from the original game, but I don't think it matters. I think, it's enough to just give a game a new coat of paint and just pretend it's a new game. At least in my opinion. I think it's worth it. The other so reason number 2 is possibly because, and then to tie into the remake thing, maybe they changed the game or maybe they added things into it that weren't there originally, like Resident Evil Remake for the original game has different puzzles and different layouts to kind of mess with veteran players and people who are familiar with the original game, so they can't just breeze through it because they have to learn all the new puzzles. And then the other one, I think, is Final Fantasy VII Remake, which completely changes parts of the story and adds new content, so it's less of a remake and more of a reimagining. So, like, if you already know the story of the original game, you kind of want to play the new one to find out what the hell's going on because they keep changing shit. So that's another thing. Okay, so reason number 2 is more multiplayer oriented. Like, maybe your friends have the game on a different console, or maybe there's more players on one particular platform than the other. So, like, maybe for a first-person shooter or a battle royale game, like, oh, more people are playing on PS4, more people are playing on PC, more people are playing on the Switch or something. Like, maybe someone's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe more people play Yu-Gi-Oh! On PS4, maybe more people are playing Call of Duty on PC, maybe more people are playing Street Fighter or King of Fighters or Under Night in Birth on PC with rollback. Like I have Under Night in Birth on PC and Nintendo Switch, because I bought it for Nintendo Switch initially, and then because I wanted to do online play, I wanted to play on the PC version. And I also have Dragon Ball FighterZ on PC and Switch as well. And I think I originally played it on PS4 when my brother had it on PS4. So yeah, there's that. And then, I don't know, sometimes you just want to have games on more than one thing, because maybe you just feel like replaying it. Like, that could also be the other thing. Especially if it's like a multiplayer game, like maybe you want to replay it with a friend after you've already beaten it. Like, Daemon X Machina is on PC, and if my PC could run the game, which I don't know if it can, I'll rebuy the game and replay it again, because Daemon X Machina was so fucking good on the Switch that this Nintendo Switch audience didn't deserve that game. That game was too good for them, and then they failed that game. Nintendo failed that game. Everyone failed that game, except Marvelous and the development team. They made a great game, and I'm excited for the sequel. Okay, and then maybe the third reason possibly is just for collector's sake. Like, maybe you're just trying to get every version, like as some kind of collection, or out of your love for the particular game. And tying into the third, like maybe you have to have every version of Resident Evil 4, GameCube, PS2, Wii. I think those are all the physical ones, right? And then PC, you know, the weird mobile versions or something, that you can have that. Or Cotton, like how Cotton has multiple versions, or multiple ports, or Cotton has the original PC, the original arcade game, then there's the Sharp 68,000 version, and then there's just the PC Engine version, and then there's like the Neo Geo Pocket version, and then the flip phone, the Japanese flip phone version, the K-Type version. Now it's now the original arcade version is part of the Astro City Mini, the original one, not the vertical one. And yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, so sometimes games just get re-released multiple times and you just want to buy, like, how many times can you re-buy the same Neo Geo, Sega Genesis, and Namco arcade games? A million times. So yeah, that's the thing. I think it's kind of funny though. Like, you just look at it and it's like, why do I have 3 copies of Mario Sunshine? Or why do I have a Japanese and American copy of Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2? I don't know. Why do I have Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube and PC? No idea. It's like, okay, why not? Why not? That's the main answer, right? Why not? And that's the other reason. Maybe the reason is just because, tying into the third reason, like for collecting, maybe it's just your favorite game. So every time the game gets re-released, you buy it every time. Like my brother does that. He has DevilMayCry 3 on PS2. He has it, I think, on PS3, or no, he has it on Xbox One, even though we don't even use the Xbox One. And he has it on Nintendo Switch, especially because that version added new features like 2-player mode for Bloody Palace. So it's like, sometimes it's just your favorite game. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 has been re-released a couple of times, and I think I've played all the versions except for PC. Played it on PS2, played it on PS3, and PS4. So, hey, I like Kingdom Hearts 2, so I'm willing to replay that game a couple of times. Xenoblade, every time if they re-release the game a few more times, I'm gonna keep buying it. If they re-release Mario Sunshine on Mario 3D All-Stars. I bought it anyway, so I can play Mario Sunshine again, and now I have a Japanese copy. So, I have the game like 3 times. So why not? But yeah, there's nothing wrong with buying the same game multiple times. Maybe, I think it's only a problem if it's like new. Because it's like, look, I have a problem. I bought Ninja Gaiden Master Collection like 4 times. And I'm not exaggerating, I bought it 4 times. I bought it for the PlayStation 4 and Switch physically. I had to import it from PlayAsia, which took like fucking 2 weeks. And I took a week off from work so I could go play it while I'm at home during my birthday. And I had to wait 2 weeks, and that was during E3, and I didn't get to play Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. So what I did was just boot up my Xbox 360 and play Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden Black because I was so upset. I'm like, oh, I wanted to play the new collection, just to play it on the Switch for fun. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You didn't show up on time. But anyway, yeah, I have Ninja Gaiden Master Collections physically on Switch and PS4. I beat all 3 games on the Switch. I got pretty far in Sigma 1 on PS4. Because I was streaming it on Nico Nico, and then I just kind of gave up and didn't finish it. Because I hate the PS4 controller, I just don't want to use it. So I might replay that game on PS4 and stream it again, just for fun. Just to get through the game on hard, because I'll play on hard mode, so I didn't finish it. I might do a new playthrough. And then catch up to where I was. And then finish it. And then Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, I haven't played since like the Wii U version. In like 2013, and then I played it like last time, maybe like 2014, 2015, because then that's when I started playing Ninja Gaiden 2, because Ninja Gaiden 2 is better, because I played a little bit of 2 originally on Xbox, and the game was hard, and then I played Ninja Gaiden 3, and it was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I haven't played that game since the Wii U, and that game's alright. I'm still mixed on it, but I don't think the game, it sucks. It's just not a good Ninja Gaiden game, but it's a good action game. You just have to, if you're a Ninja Gaiden player, you kind of have to throw away your established like skill set in Ninja Gaiden, and you have to play the game differently. Because we don't have that auto-targeting arrow shit in Ninja Gaiden 2. We don't have enemies that just randomly block everything and then just fuck you over when you're in the middle of doing a combo. Yeah, we have enemies that block, but they have to respect the attacks. You can still wail on them. And then, like, they don't have ridiculously unkillable enemies that are damage sponges and take forever to die. Except in Sigma 2. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 sucks. Don't play that one. If you're gonna play Sigma 2, get it on PC and get the mods for it. And I'll probably put the mod in the description. Because you need to watch Fiend Busa's channel, and you need to keep up with him, and that guy has literally fixed Ninja Gaiden 2, Sigma 2, single-handedly. Actually, no, I should make another video about that, like about how mods can fix a game that you probably don't like, or a game that was like neutered, watered down. That's actually a good idea. I might do that. And then the other thing was, Ninja Gaiden 3 I haven't played in a while, so I replayed all 3 on the Switch. I had a blast. Some frustrations, like Sigma 2 being too easy, like for like 90% of the game, even on very hard. And then Ninja Gaiden 3 on normal and hard being frustrating as fuck. And then Sigma being a really good game, because the Sigma versions are different from the originals. And while I prefer the originals, I don't mind Sigma 1. Sigma 1, besides the Rachel missions being stupid and annoying, and kind of a waste of time, it's interchangeable between Black and Sigma, so you can kind of play whichever version, doesn't really matter. Sigma 2 is the mess. Don't play Sigma 2. Play the original game on Xbox 360, or backwards compatible on Xbone, or Sexbox, Series S. Play those instead, please. Or if you have a really good computer, emulate on Xenia and emulate on XEMU, and play Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden 2. That's the ideal way to play them. Or just on Xbox One, Series X. But Master Collection is more widely available, so Master Collection's on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But yeah, I have Switch, PS4, PC, and then I bought it for my friends on PC. So it's like I bought the game 4 times, okay? Even though I wasn't super happy about the collection, I'm enough of a NinjaGaiden fanboy and diehard that I'm willing to buy the game multiple times so Team Ninja can get the fucking message and make NinjaGaiden 4, okay? I want NinjaGaiden 4, and it's never gonna happen. Team Ninja's busy with Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, and they just wrapped up Neo 2 over a while ago. And DOA 6, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Dead or Alive. I hope they fix Dead or Alive also and bring it back. But yeah, there's probably more I can bring up, but sometimes I kind of get everything off my chest, and this is all I really wanted to talk about. You know, I'm gonna put a montage here of a lot of the games that I own multiple versions of, because it's really stupid, and I think it's pretty funny. Because it's like, why do you own so many copies of the same game, especially Shmups? Like, why do you have the same Shmups over and over? Like, you haven't even beaten it. Like, why do you still have it? Why do you have this game like 3 times? It's like, because I want to support the game, I want to support the developer and the ports, and maybe we'll get more. And it's like, why not? Like, fuck it, why not? I just like the games that much that I want to be able to play on everything that I have. So, you know, I don't see an issue with that. You can just buy Mushihimesama multiple times. It's on. I'm thinking about buying for Xbox 360. The digital version on Xbox 360's Japanese store, Xbox Live JP store, it's like $20-something. Look, a physical copy of that game's over like 170 or almost 200. I'm not buying that. I already have the game on PC and Switch, and I ordered the physical Switch version from fucking Limited Run. I don't even like Limited Run, but I did it because it's Mushihimesama, and that's one of my favorite games, so I was extremely conflicted about buying that, and I have no idea when the hell that's arriving, because I never know when the fuck these guys send stuff out. But if a Japanese physical version comes out, I will buy that instead. I'll buy that, keep that one, and then probably flip and sell the Mushihimesama version, the Limited Run version. Because I don't need the US version, I want the Japanese release, and the Japanese one will probably be cooler. I'm hoping Crimson Clover also gets one, because Crimson Clover is another game I own multiple copies of. Because I played the game in the Japanese arcade when I went to Japan like 2 to 3 years ago, at one of the Bandai Namco arcades, in the Nesca Live machine. Nesca Live is a really cool machine where it's an arcade machine that has multiple games in it, kind of like a Neo Geo, or kind of like those on-demand services where it just has a bunch of games that are all they're all on the hard drive on the computer. The arcade machine is just a computer, really cool. And then you play all of them. You can choose whichever one to play. So I played Crimson Clover, and that game was amazing. And I first learned about it, then I found out it's on PC. So I played it, and then I got the PC version, which is dirt cheap, by the way, buy it. I played that, it's an awesome game, and then I found out the new updated version, World Explosion, was coming to the Switch. And I bought that, and I thought it was awesome, and now World Explosion's on PC, and if you already own World Ignition on Steam, you get a loyalty discount, so you can get it for like half the price, which I still need to do, I still need to buy it. And I ordered the fucking physical collector's edition from like, was it First Press Games? I think I ordered like 2. One is like the super special edition, and then the other one's like just the regular special edition. So that one goes to my friend, because he was there with me when I discovered the game, so by extension he deserves to have a copy of the game. Okay, and another game I have, which not on different consoles, but it's the same game on the same platform, is my favorite PC shmup, Refrain Prison Memories. Refrain Prison Memories is a doujin shmup that was released on PC like in like 2011 or something, and it got ported to Steam like a few years ago. I don't know how long ago. And then that game did have a physical release when it was released in Comiket. And you know, Comiket is where all like the doujin stuff comes from. That's where all the hentai comes from. That's where all the CDs and doujin games come from. So it's not a hentai game. It's not a hentai game. It's just a normal shmup. Anyway, that game had a physical release in some form. So I went to Yahoo Auctions and I got it for a pretty good deal. I think like $30. and now I own a physical copy, and just like Crimson Clover, which I also own the original Dojin release of, I have physical copies of them in my house, at home. They're both sealed. I'm not opening them for now. If not ever, I don't know if I'll open them. Not because, oh, they're gonna be rare and expensive in the future. Like, no, I just don't want to open them because I don't have a reason, I don't have a need to. Because I already have the games digitally, so I can just leave them like that and preserve them for as long as possible. So in case I want to do something with them, I don't have to worry about it getting damaged or something. Which kind of goes against how I feel about buying sealed games, because I don't like buying sealed games because you kind of just want to play the games that you own, so you just open it right away. Or you get like action figures, you want to open it and display it right away. That's why I don't like how people had amiibos, and amiibos would just be in the box and they just leave them there, and I'm like, why would you do that? You're supposed to have them out. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I turn this into a rant about sealed collecting. Actually, no, fuck it. Sealed collecting is another problem, where it's like, you see all these people on YouTube and on the internet where they're like, oh, I just bought this game, I bought it sealed, oh, I'm gonna sell it for like $1,000 or $300, $400, and it's like, okay. But especially now, it's really stupid, unless you're buying like a game that is actually a collector's edition, or it's like a limited thing. But the problem is that the problem with those, like Limited Run and those other guys, is that those items are intentionally made in small numbers. It's not like stadium events or something where a small number exists, but have to be recalled, so those are the only ones that exist. It's like they could make more copies of Mushihimesama, especially since they had a whole month like pre-order window for it. And then like Dangan Feverin, that game was another cave shmup released by Limited Run physically, and I skipped out on buying it because I didn't want to buy it physically. And now that game's like, last time I checked, it was like over $70 or $80, and maybe like $200 now, I don't know, for a collector's thing. But eventually they'll probably go down as interest in these limited things goes down. And then the big thing about WADA games and the other stuff, where people are just buying sealed games and then getting them graded and then flipping them for insane prices. I don't know, I don't like that. Yeah, it's guilty, I guess, to buy the same game multiple times, because in a way you're being a collector. But sometimes you just want to have multiple games of the same version, different versions of the same game. Just for the sake of having it. And sometimes they make for interesting videos, like Retrocore does Battle of the Ports. Battle of the Ports compares the original like arcade games or console game to like different versions that were released afterwards, and see how they compare, and if it sucks or if it's not, or if it's good, or how they converted one game to another console or something like that. And that's pretty cool. And then sometimes you just want to make videos like that where you want to compare stuff. It's like, oh, let me compare every version of Resident Evil 4. So, oh, this version has this doesn't, this has this and that. So sometimes maybe a content creator wants to buy multiple versions of something just to do comparisons. And sometimes fighting games get re-releases either on the same console or on different consoles. Like Melty Blood has like 10 versions. Melty Blood has the original Dojin PC version. It has React, Act Cadenza version B, and then Act Cadenza P on arcade, and then Act Cadenza for PS2. Oh my god. And then Act Cadenza for... No, I said arcade and PS2. And then it had Actress Again, which is also on PS2 and arcade. And then it got Actress Again Current Code, which I think is also on arcade. And then that version came out to PC by itself in 2011 as part of a fucking anime special edition DVD that is like super rare. Not super rare, but super expensive for no reason. And then it got added to Steam. And it's like, why does this game have so many versions? And then of course Street Fighter 2 has like the most versions of any fighting game ever, so it's like, yeah, maybe you just own multiple versions because you want to. So there's nothing wrong with that. And again, maybe you just want to compare and contrast the different versions and see what was taken out, what was kept the same, what did they do differently. or if it's exactly the same, or if it's lazy. Like, I have a couple versions of Mario games that are the same. Like, I have Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo, physical cartridge. I think Super Mario All-Stars plus Yoshi, plus Super Mario World. And then Mario All-Stars, the Wii disc on the Nintendo Wii, which is just the Super Nintendo ROM. And then, like, I have it digitally, I think, as I have the ROM for the game on my Super Nintendo emulator, so there's that. It's like, see, there's like multiple ways to play this shit. And Sonic is like Genesis, Sega Saturn with Sonic Jam. It was on the Dreamcast with that shitty Sega Collection. It was on the Game Boy Advance with that really shitty Sonic port. It's on the Nintendo DS. It's on PS3, Xbox 360, the Wii. It's on your 3DS. It's on everything. And the Switch. The new Sonic collection is coming out and they're re-releasing it again. Like, Sonic doesn't stop, okay? Too many fucking things. And then, like, there's first-person shooters that sometimes get re-released. Like, you know, like Halo has the anniversary collection, the anniversary edition for Halo Combat Evolved. So they had the original game on Xbox, and then they had the PC version, which was made by Gearbox, and that version sucks. And then they had the anniversary collection, which is but it's on Xbox 360, and I think it was compatible for Xbox One, and also it's part of Master Chief Collection. Master Chief Collection is just a re-release of old Halo games that are perfectly remastered on the PC and Xbox. You can play Halo 3 on PC, that's amazing. Finally, finish the fight. And then, again, like, I have Binary Domain on Xbox 360? Yeah, Xbox 360. I don't think I have it for PS3. I saw it in Japan for PS3, I should have bought it. And then PC, yeah, that version is good. So I highly recommend you play Binary Domain. But I recommend any of the games I just fucking mentioned that are good. And then, I don't know, if I look through my Steam library, there's so much shit here. I'm gonna check. Give me a second. I'm on my Steam library. Okay, so going to my Steam library, I have a couple of games here that I already own, but I have on multiple consoles. Like, I have DOA 5 Last Round. DOA 5 Last Round, I have that on PS4, and I have it on PC now. DOA 6 I have on PC and PS4. Earth Defense Force 4.1, Earth EDF 4.1, I have that on PS4 and PC. Under Night and Birth, I said that I have PC, Switch. Sonic Stick All-Stars Racing, I have it for PC, Xbox 360, and Wii. Sonic Generations, I have it on 360 and PC. Like, what the hell? Why do I have all these games? Metal Gear Rising, I have on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. That's a good game too, you should play that. Play Metal Gear Rising. Guilty Gear XX Action Core Plus R, I have that on Switch and PC. Let me see. What else? The Deathsmiles I mentioned, Dodonpachi I mentioned, Eschatos, I have that on Switch, PC, and Xbox 360. And apparently the Xbox 360 version is getting more and more expensive. Because I remember when I bought it like 2 years ago, I got it for I got it for Xbox 360 for like $50. That's a really fucking good deal. Because now the game is almost like $200 on Xbox 360. Even though it's so easy to buy for PC. Like, just get a decent PC, you can play it on Steam. If you're really desperate to get Eschatos. Eschatos is a great game, by the way, but, like, you know, you don't have to waste too much money on it. Oh, Caladrius Blaze. That's another shmup. Yeah, I have that one on Switch as well. That's a good game, too. Might do a video talking about what shmups I recommend for PC, or for Steam Deck, or Oh, and don't talk about Steam Deck. Oh, people got mad about that. Oh, Raiden 4. Raiden 4 is another shmup. I have that for Switch, because it has the new Raiden 4 Mikado remix, which is just Raiden 4 Overkill with the Overkill mode, and it has new music. What else? Some other games on here. No, I think that's it. But I'm kind of guilty of buying the same game multiple times. Like, I have 2 copies of Animal Crossing. No, yeah, 2 copies of Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS, because I have it in Japanese and in English. So, like, I don't know, that's kind of silly, right? Anyway, I think I've been rambling for a little too long, so hopefully this doesn't turn out to be too. Oh, Ask to Breed. Oh my god, Ask to Breed. This game is so good. Ask to Breed, I have it on PC and Switch. You have to play Ask to Breed. Made by the same people who made Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. That game's, both of those games are so good. Oh man, yeah. Hat in Time. Hat in Time is another great game. I have that on PC and Switch. This is like one of the only real indie games I will champion that is not Japanese, because it's such a fucking good platformer, and it really calls back to Banjo-Kazooie and Mario Sunshine, and it's a great game. It's really funny too. And the mods on PC are amazing, and you can play Mario Sunshine levels. Metal Wolf Chaos. Okay, Metal Wolf Chaos, I have that for PS4 and PC, the remaster. I wish I had the original Xbox version, so I could do actual comparisons, but oh well. I think that's it. Yeah, for now, I think that's it. Like, look, Galgun Double Piece. I have Galgun Double Piece. I haven't played it yet, but I have it on PC. And I'm going to buy the Switch version, because there's that Galgun triple pack. It comes with Galgun Returns, Galgun 2, and Galgun Double Piece. And it has the best name ever. It's called the Galgun Ultimate Horny Trilogy, I think. And that is like the best name ever. Imagine an unboxing video where you're just like, Ultimate Horny Trinity. Okay, oh, Vanquish, yeah, Vanquish. Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, PC. Vanquish is good regardless of what fucking console you buy it on. Play Vanquish. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and then Natsuki Chronicle. Okay, Natsuki Chronicle, that's a game that was originally made by the guys who made Escatos. Cute. It came out originally on Xbox One only in Japan, which is weird. And then it got released for PS4, and I ordered the physical PS4 version like forever ago, like over a year ago. It was supposed to come out in October. It's still not here. What's wrong with them? It says Q1 2022 on the website. Where is it? I'm still waiting for my copy. Anyway, I got it on PC at least, even though I didn't want to get it for PC until after my physical copy arrived, because it felt like it was almost like, you know, opening a Christmas gift early, kind of spoiling yourself. But it's okay, because I don't know when the fuck the PS4 version is showing up, so at least I have the PC version in the meantime, even though it doesn't look that great on my computer. And then Gingka Forces is the other one. Gingka Force is on Xbox 360, also by Q. And that version is kind of expensive now. So at least the PS4 and PC versions are viable options, especially if you don't have a lot of money. And then, let me see. Yeah, no, that's it. Alright. I'm gonna try and come up with some more video ideas later. What else do people say? Yeah, subscribe, I guess. And yeah, that's it. See ya.